This week's episode of Hak5 is brought to you by Beck's Beer, Different by Choice, GoDaddy.com, Netflix.com, and DRM Sickles, Popsicles with DRM.
Hi gang, we just launched 7 new shows at revision3beta.com covering everything from hacking to music lessons, drinking to future sex. 7 shows, so check out revision3beta.com today. Future sex?
What the hell is this? Some fruity concoction? Wait, baguettes. Baguettes.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Hak5. I'm Matt Lestock.
I'm Darren Kitchen.
For those of you who haven't seen the show before, we're IT ninjas, and we do everything from mainstream IT to homebrew gaming, and we also do LAN parties.
Speaking of LAN parties, we have the Counter-Strike Source game going on here. They're playing a little bit of, I think this is Office, and Joe Eagle is dying a lot, so.
Yeah. We like that.
Game.hak5.org. Every month, new LAN party. Of course, you guys know that this one, the one coming up on the 4th is Team Fortress 2.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. We got a great show for you guys lined up today. We have Chris Gerling. Now, is he down from Virginia Beach or is he down from Richmond now? Talking to us about
Windows Automated Installation Kit. And it is Richmond. We're just moving in on Monday, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be same distance from this house, but you know, no tunnel to drive through.
Congrats
so,
on the new place.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Sweet. Well, looking forward to the Windows stuff, and I hear you're doing something with DigDug.
No, not DigDug. Although I really wish they would bring that back.
Love that
Multiplayer DigDug?
Ooh.
Oh, epic.
Well, get a hex editor, make it happen.
I'm doing DimDim, which is an open source, free online, or you can install it on your own server, WebEx clone. I'm going to check that out.
All right. And I'm going to take one of these phone routers, and it's Jasager, or Jasager, I don't know, fix my pronunciation.
Wow, you're just failing all the time.
Oh,
right?
dude, that's what I do. I mean, I got a lifetime ticket to the fail bus. And I'm going to be putting the latest version of Jasager on this and showing you guys how, with a cool little video I've put together, that is going to condense it all down into some easy steps to make these guys friendly for everyone.
Awesome.
They want to be your friend.
Yeah.
They really like
Yeah,
you.
they do.
Yes. All right, so let's kick it off.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to head over and talk to Chris and see what's going on with the Windows stuff.
Automated Installation Kit, yeah.
So Chris, building a Windows XP Vista USB key that you can boot off of.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds kind of like the old Linux Live CD, but Windows.
Exactly.
Okay, where does this come from? What is this all about?
It's called Windows Automated Installation Kit, and I got it from Moonlit. He had a nice forum post back in August and explained, how to do it and everything, linked up how to do everything. Here's the actual post.
Great.
And so what it is it allows you to deploy however you want to do it, Vista, XP. It's just Windows Automated Installation Kit. I mean, you can.
So it's not like running Windows
No.
on a USB key.
No.
I mean, it is, but
it's the environment. You get a lot of the environment, but you don't. Once you're done, you can install certain things. It doesn't have .NET or anything.
Sounds
like
a
that.
lot like the BART PE
Very similar.
CD I'm used to, which was a pre-install environment. How is this similar to that?
It's very similar to it in what you can do. BART P is a little bit older. I know that I originally was going to just go and do that, but I already had Vista running on this laptop, so it was a lot easier to demo and show off the newer Windows Automated Installation Kit because it's updated, has all the drivers, and I didn't have to mess around and
Okay, so let's take a look at it.
All right, so I'm going to quickly show off here. This is the actual Microsoft site where you download it from. So it's completely legit. Again, you have to use portable apps and things like that. There's no dependencies that you get.
So you couldn't use this to run .NET and to.
Oh, exactly.
You can build a server off of
If you
this,
do install stuff like that, you have to do it every time that you boot it up.
So this is not a replacement for an operating system.
Oh, definitely not.
So is this for repair? Is this for build? What is this?
A lot of people use these for fast deployment or repair imaging. There's an image tool that's really nice on there. We'll actually show that off in part 2, where we actually boot into it. So this is the command prompt that you bring up with it, and I used a couple of the different links that Moonlit provided to actually help me build this. I'll actually zoom in here so everybody can see. So this is just a step-by-step, tells you how to do it. And this is the command that you're going to put into the thing to copy over your environment files. I did x86 here because I'm just going to stay 32-bit for now. So after that, once you have that copied, you go and open up disk part. You put your thumb drive in. I just used disk part. I created a new, I cleaned it, created a new partition, formatted it, and then after that, you can do it two ways. One, you can create an ISO, which I don't have the right, right now I don't have the right files that I need to do it. It's just not, I don't have it set up right to do the ISO part. So what I did is I made it so that when you stick the USB drive into a computer, it just automatically, if you have the USB booting enabled,
okay,
you just boot right off of it.
So it's not like a U3 drive that
no, it's not
itself as a CD-ROM.
No, but I will have that.
Cool.
So after you build everything, well, after you have everything set up initially, what you can do is there's a folder here called the ISO folder, and if we look right here, I created a folder based on that command called WinPE x86, and that's going to have all of my stuff that I want to build my image with.
Okay.
In there is called the ISO. When you use the xcopy function to copy everything over to the drive, anything that's in this ISO folder is going to go with it. So right now I have Firefox
great. So you
Portable.
can add packages.
Anything you want, anything that's standalone. Pretty much anything that doesn't require...
So you could put together, like, how Movix has those USB keys full of tons of goodies.
Exactly.
You could put all those goodies on this, and then if you've got a broken machine, you could boot up onto the Windows PE environment, have all of those tools at your disposal to fix your buddy's NTFS permission problems or worked up registry or whatever.
Exactly. So I have Firefox Minesweeper, portable Minesweeper.
Now, as you're mentioning all of this, it really occurs to me that one of the things that this would be very useful for is any of you people that have like a Acer Aspire 1 or an EPC or an MSI.
Installing it on there.
Yeah. So,
the process
is well, you don't have a CD-ROM with these new netbooks, and sometimes installing, if you want to install Windows or dual boot with Windows, something like that, it's kind of difficult unless you have a USB CD-ROM or you do some weird trickery. This sounds like a USB key that you could boot off of, prep the drive, and set up the installation.
Exactly. I'm almost certain you can do it, and I actually will do that.
Sounds good. All right, well then let's do that in the second part of this series on using the Windows pre-install environment. Is that correct?
That's it. Windows Automated Installation Kit to use the Windows pre-install environment.
Okay, and you've got to write up on chrisgerling.com.
It'll be up there,
And then, of course, Moonlit. Got to thank Moonlit for
definitely
submitting all this, and we love when you guys submit that. So, check out the Hak5 development board.
Thanks a lot, Moonlit.
All right, well, I'm going to go and head over to Shannon and see what's going on with this month's trivia. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
I need geometry lessons. Spicy and original, eh?
Yes, spicy and very original.
Who's this by?
DimDim made this, and he posted it up on our wiki, but now if you guys want to add a really cool wallpaper and you want us to show it off during one of our episodes, just stick it on the forums and we'll check it out.
Yeah, we got a section just for fan creation, so we're looking forward to seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. I know that there's already a bunch on the wiki, and, well, anytime you invite pictures on the forums.
And speaking of the forums, every week we have a new trivia question. I know they've been kind of easy in the past, so we're making this one a little bit harder. You guys ready for it? All right, so Windows PE can be booted from PXE. What value identifies the client system architecture as DEC alpha in PXE's DHCP options? I know the answer.
You do?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you.
Is it 42?
What?
Is it 42?
No.
Okay, fine.
It's 1337.
Sweet. Well, of course, where can they post those answers?
They can post those answers on the forum if you're the first one to answer it right, and that's the forum of your choice, of course. If you're the first one to post the right answer, then we'll send you a message, we'll ask for your address, and we'll send you a free gift.
Even if they post on the hard OCP forums?
The what forums?
The Revision 3 or the Hak5 forums.
God, you're so weird. Go away. Anyway, this week's trivia is sponsored by Beck's Universe of Choice. Got a relationship issue, a career dilemma? Who needs professional advice when you've got the insightful perspective of loyal Beck's drinkers? At becksbeer.com, you'll find the Universe of Choice, a live polling engine that lets you submit any issue or life dilemma to the community of Beck's drinkers for real-time voting. Log on to becksbeer.com for full details, and you'll leave a more enlightened person. Next up, we have Christine, but first we're going to take a break.
If you're like me and run a lot of virtual machines on your Windows PC, you might be interested in the software I found called Desk Space. It's a 3D virtual desktop that allows you to run up to 4 spaces on your Windows PC in the shape of this nifty little cube here. You can move it all around, and it's very customizable. You can change the transparency of your cube. You can change how you even get to the cube. So for more tips like this, check out the Hak5 forums and check our show notes for the links for this.
Thanks, Christine. All right, Darren, so we're here with some Jasager stuff. What are we actually going to show the people?
We're going to show them how to set up Jasager, or Jasager if you're American, it seems.
We can't get it right the first time. We can never get anything right the first time. So it's Jasager or Jasager? Which is it?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to unlock Fun Router and make it a very friendly router with Jasager. And in order to do that and not take 20 minutes on a live-to-tape shoot, I decided to put together an instructional video.
So we're going to go to that right now.
Let's take a look.
Check it out.
Jasager is the wireless router that wants to be your friend. When most people open their laptops, their wireless connection managers look for wireless access points that they remember. Probe requests are sent out saying, "Hello, it's me again. Is my home wireless around?" Jasager, or the Yes Man, is so nice that when it hears these probes, it replies, "Yes I am," and connects the new friend. Running a Jasager is a lot of fun because when people connect through your Jasager, you get to sit in the middle and watch all the internet traffic. Just think about how helpful you could be with all your new friends. So how do we go about building one? Well, Jasager prefers OpenWRT machines with the Theros chipsets and currently work best on Fenera routers. Fenera routers. These little guys were designed and manufactured by Acton and come flashed with custom FON firmware. The basic idea is that they let you share your internets with fellow Feneros, and in turn borrow a couple of packets from other Feneros while on the go. It's a noble idea and a great community, and we're delighted to see these happy little creatures in the wild. But we've got plans for this router. Using the power of fair use and the ancient art of ninja hacking skills, we'll unlock this little Fenera, install Jasager, toss it in a plastic pineapple, and weaponize the little guy. But first, a quick look under the hood. Fenera runs a lockdown version of OpenWRT, requires 5 volts power, runs on a 183 MHz MIPS processor, has 16 megs of RAM, 8 megs of flash, and speaks 802.11b and G. He also has a serial port, which is great for unbricking, leads which can be used for hooking up SD cards, an omnidirectional 1.5 dBi antenna, and a standard RP SMA connector for more powerful antennas. Now let's get hacking. First we'll need a computer, a Virgin Fenera, an Ethernet cable, and some special software. This is a good point to note that when you first take a Virgin Fenera out of the box, it is imperative that you
Do not let it access the internet.
Doing so will allow this little Fenera to connect to the mothership and download the most recent firmware, and at that point, it'll be a bitch and a half to unlock, and that's no fun. So, on with the unlocking. Step 1. Give Fenera some power. Open your wireless connection manager and connect to the My Place access point. The WPA key is the serial number located on the bottom of Fenera. Next, browse to http 192.168.10.1 and make sure Fenera is wearing firmware version 0.7.1 release 1 or below. If not, consult the Hak5 forums for further reading on downgrading. Step 3. Click the advanced link on the router status page and log in with username admin and password admin. Next, open the ssh-enable.html file. This file is provided with the unlocking guide on the Hak5 wiki. The SSH-enable file does just that. By injecting Fenera with a little code, we can start Dropbear, the SSH daemon. Step 5. SSH over to 192.168.10.1 and log in as root with password admin. Step 6. There is no Step 6. Step 7. Rename etc/initd/dropbear to s50dropbear. Now he'll start up every time Fenera boots. We're halfway to unlocking. Step 8. Transfer over our patched kernel and redboot config. I like to use SCP to move my bits, but you can use whatever. Step 9. Patch the kernel, reboot, and eat some pineapple while he comes back up. Step 10. Reconnect to the My Place access point. SSH back in and patch the red boot config. Then, unplug the Fenera's power and finish off that pineapple. Step 11. Flashing the Fenera's firmware. It's time to replace the Fawn firmware with OpenWRT Kamikaze. So fire up the FreeFunk AP51 Easy Flash utility. It's available for Windows and Linux and makes the flashing process super simple. Connect an Ethernet cable between your PC and Fenera, point the utility at our OpenWRT file system and kernel, plug the Fenera back in, and immediately click Go. This process can take 10 to 20 minutes, so go find some fruit. It's nature's candy. Step 12. Okay, this is an easy one, as long as you're not running Vista. Telnet over to 192.168.1.1. Hey, would you look at that? It's OpenWRT. Now let's go ahead and change the root password. So run passwd and hit enter. Type I love pineapples, hit enter. Type I love pineapples again, and finally enter. Next, we need to enable the wireless, so go ahead and toss in these commands. From now on, we can SSH into our badass new unlocked Fenera. Step 14. Copy over our packages. Again, I use SCP, but you can use whatever. Anyway, all the packages are included in a little archive over at hak5.org. Step 15. Install WebIF. WebIF is a sweet little front end from the XWRT project. Check it out at x-wrt.org. Step 16. Browse over to http 192.168.1.1. Log in with username root and password I love pineapples if you've been taking this literally. Now take a moment to appreciate the beautiful interface, especially the real-time dynamic updating CPU meter. Okay, now we need to make some room for Jasager, so we'll need to rename /www/index.html to webif.html. Make a note of this if you want to revisit the WebIF interface later. Okay, step 17. Install Ruby. Simple enough. Step 18. Install Jasager's patched MAD Wi-Fi drivers. Step 19. Install Jasager Core from package or tarball. Step 20. Finally, log into Jasager at http 192.168.1.1. You'll be redirected to Jasager's pretty control panel. Make sure your interface is up and go ahead and turn Karma on. Now sit back, enjoy a hacker cocktail, and watch as Jasager gets friendly with everyone around. That's it, your Fenera is hacked. Slap on a battery pack, toss it in a plastic pineapple, and send it into battle, because now it's one badass packet ninja. Or send it over to the Hak5 forums where you can learn more about Fenera mods, Jasager extensions, or other platforms that Jasager supports.
Thanks, Darren. That was great, informative, quite entertaining, I must say. Looking forward to the next part of the Jasager segment.
Next part of the Jasager segment will be when we sit down with Robin Wood at TorCon, and that will air on episode 407.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think at this point I'm going to talk to Shannon. You there? Let's talk about the LAN party.
I'm here. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming.
What's going on over there? We're playing some Counter-Strike?
Yes, we are playing some Counter-Strike. It looks like Ploki is in the lead right now with 26 kills and only 10 deaths. That's really good. I have to say, I think I had like 2 kills today, probably 2 headshots. Not very good. But I really wanted to tell you about the game we're playing this Saturday.
What's that?
Team Fortress 2, a little bit of TF2 up in his house. We're going to be playing at game.hak5.org, or you can just hang out and watch us set up for the next episode at, I think it's hak5.org.
Yeah.
We're going to have the set cam set up. Is that right?
Yes, and the dates on that?
Cool. That will be October 4th. It's this Saturday coming up. So
sounds good.
Yes.
All right, looking forward to playing some TF2. Time to clue on that one. All right, and our sponsors, go ahead.
All right, this LAN party is sponsored by Netflix. With Netflix, we want to thank them so much for sponsoring Hak5. You can rent over 90,000 titles online, lots of Blu-ray titles with free shipping both ways to your home. They now have over 40 shipping centers, so almost all deliveries happen in just one business day. The Netflix plans start at $4.99, and as a new member, you can get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. So check out netflix.com/hak5 and remember, please remember to type the www. And next up, we have Matt over there. He's going to talk to us about DimDim, Dig Dog, something like that.
Matt, what's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, we don't have a VGA for you. Why don't we do that?
What? Where'd that? I'm not even gonna ask. So guys, today I'm going to be showing you DimDim. That's DimDim.com. For those of you who haven't heard of DimDim, basically what it is, it's a free WebEx alternative. Now we've all heard the commercials for WebEx, an online meeting collaboration tool. But what I'm going to show you is an open source application that you can either use their hosted version or install on a VMware server or any standard Linux server and go ahead and host your own meetings. Now the limitations of the hosted solution are going to be 25 participants when you use DimDim.com. If you host it yourself, you can have unlimited participants and make any changes that you want, so long as you're not reselling it, to the DimDim application. What we've got here is we've actually opened up a meeting that I'm hosting, and here in the lower left you can see my video as well as my audio. Now, the great thing about this is it's Flash. So if you've used Ustream or Stickam or anything like that before, you can use DimDim. Basically just uses the same permissions as any other Flash application that wants to take over your microphone or your audio. We've also got desktop sharing set up, and as well as public chat on the right hand side of the screen. Now if we go ahead and switch over to Shannon, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Shannon actually joined our meeting, and what we've got here is we've got her looking at me. So now Shannon is looking at my video. She's could be thousands of miles away, looking at my video, listening to my audio, and watching me move around the screen as far as desktop sharing goes, application sharing goes, and things of that nature. The great thing about DimDim is it allows you to meet with people who you don't have locally in your office. I've used it a bunch of times. I know of a couple people that have used it. It's a great application. You guys can go check it out or download it if you want to host your own at DimDim.com. That's DimDim.com. Sounds a little funny, but it's a very serious tool, and I'm sure that you're going to get a whole lot of use out of it. Now, let's go ahead and bring Darren back in because I figured out how to bring it back. It's just one of these. See how easy that was?
Complete hacker skills, let me tell you.
That's how we roll. So Darren, you just got back from TourCon. That's
Yes.
where you were.
Totally.
And now we've got another con coming up?
Yeah, we're going to DayCon in Dayton, Ohio on October 11th. So you can find all the deets on that at day-con.org. Really fun single-day hacker conference that's got badass party, I hear. So I'm looking forward to heading over to that. The segments from that episode will air on episodes 408 or 409.
Cool.
409 or 410.
Or that.
That
being said, we also want to remind you guys to go ahead and check out hak5.org/stickers. We're very, very close to going HD. And a lot of you people have been saying, when are you going to go HD? Well, we're working on it.
It looks muddy.
It looks muddy. It's
I know.
fuzzy.
I know.
We
It's analog.
get it, okay? It's analog. It's composite. Different setup from season 3. We understand that. However, we're very close to going HD.
We're doing this on the hacker level. So
yes, we're not, we're doing this all out of our pocket. So if you guys go to hak5.org/stickers and donate some money, it'll help us along with our HD setup, and we can actually get to HD.
And then you can make your laptops look awesome.
Just like that. We've got a whole mess load of stickers. If you guys feel like you want to donate more, perhaps we'll kick in some
all sorts of fun stuff.
Great
cool.
swag.
Also, feedback. We much appreciate all the feedback. This is actually the first episode where we've taped after viewing the feedback that you've given us since we premiered, and we are just like emphatic with all of the feedback.
Yeah.
It's just lots of great stuff.
We've been bombarded with stuff.
So keep it up, and if you've got questions about any of the segments we've covered or ideas for topics that we should cover in the future, definitely hit us up. Feedback@hak5.org. We really appreciate it.
Also want to mention the forums. Forums.hak5.org is where you go to submit wallpapers and also interact with our great community, the Hak5 community. Forums.hak5.org.
You can also find the Dev5 group there if you're interested in helping out with the development of Hak5, get a little behind the scenes on that kind of stuff.
Behind the scenes, recommend some segments there, get some community interaction. It's great. We also want to thank GoDaddy as our sponsor. GoDaddy, you can get reliable, secure web hosting without the long-term contract. GoDaddy's hosting plans are bigger and better than ever with 99% uptime, free 24/7 support, and no annual commitment. Plus, enter the code HACK695 when you check out and register your domain for $6.95. Some restrictions apply. See the site for details. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
Woohoo! Wasn't there one more thing? Shannon, did you have something you needed to say?
All I wanted to say was, trust your Technolust. See ya!
Go. Go.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to snap.
Oh.
All right, M, ready.
I'm broken.
You checking out the Nubian princess playing some Counter-Strike?
There's some porn on there.
Well, let's try that again without the porn.
Okay.
So how does this work? What's this?
Okay.
I'm gonna, yeah.
I like that though.
All right.
So Chris, we've got a
Try not to fall in. Yeah, don't, yeah.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah, okay,
I
fuck
like
that.
that.
Okay.
Here, I've got this.
No, I got it.
I've got
I
this.
got it. Shut up.
So Chris, we can build a... Shoot him! Shoot him! TK! TK! I'm just saying, if you got it, step up to the plate and do it.
All right, I'm leaving. You can do the segment.